There's so many things in life that will try to distract you. Your family that you live with, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your roommate, your child. Distractions. Life is full of them. And you know what's funny? As I'm talking about this, it makes me think, like the fucking ads that pop up, the YouTube ads. You're trying to watch a damn video, or maybe you don't even know what video you want to watch, so you're clicking through to see, like, you know, the beginning of the video. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And then you got to go through 15-second ad times 2, or a 5-second skip ad even is annoying. And, you know, it's funny, I feel like a bitch talking about it, but it's true. It wasn't like this before. The world wasn't so distractible. It started off with us saying, like, oh, we have so many advertisements on the side of the road. We're being marketed to all the time. And now it's slowly become all the more fucking real. Like, yeah, there's a YouTube ad every fucking video, dog. Oh my god. I've been going through YouTube beats trying to find the beat to write to. I haven't even written, and it's been 25 minutes, and I've heard 17 ads because, you know, I hear the beat for 2 seconds, I know it's not the beat, I switch to another one, another ad I gotta listen to. The world is essentially always taking us out of flow mode, which flow mode is a state of mind that one gets in when they're working and focusing on one thing for usually over 90 minutes or an hour and a half, and then they start to lock in after that 90-minute point, that hour and a half point, and that becomes flow state. Athletes do it when they train. You know, people do it when they write books, when they're studying. You've probably experienced it when you're studying or doing homework. Flow mode, when you're writing an essay for hours, and eventually after an hour you're like, dang, I'm like lost in this world. That's what musicians feel when they write music. That's what athletes feel when they train at high levels. You know, not just a regular workout, but actual flow mode, like dedication and to your craft, sitting down and doing the same thing, or going to the same place and doing the same thing every day. Like a musician will sit down in the chair, and for me, for example, and write his lyrics to the beats, and that is the muse activity. For a swimmer, it's to get in the pool and do laps. For a basketball player, it's to shoot hoops. You get what I'm saying? The world is constantly trying to distract us from the muse, from the flow state, down to the damn ads we're experiencing, down to the apps that were being pushed, like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and now Facebook Reels. Fast, 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 click, 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 next, next, next. Even the generations, although it's a good thing because the young kids are moving faster. Even my generation was perceived as bad or lazy for moving faster. But we weren't. We were just adapting and evolving and getting things done quicker. And I think the new generation is also kind of doing that. I don't want to be that 25, 26-year-old that's like, oh, these 18-year-olds don't know what they're doing. Because that's not what I'm saying. I actually think that Gen Z and the quickness of this new generation and where the world's going is really cool. Like AI helping and assisting and making everything faster. But it is taking away from the mental chemicals that helped us before. Kind of like when people watch Braun too much online, it's too fast of a dopamine reward to your brain instead of doing the real life version of that, and you get different chemicals if you do the real life version of that. All day long you can do that, not a problem. But if you do Braun, for example, if you know, you know, then it screws up your dopamine receptors, your brain chemicals. I mean, much more than that, but it's all the more the same. It's like eating too much fast food, taking too much Netflix breaks, just relaxing too much. The world is essentially massaging us into not wanting to get into flow state, to not wanting to work, to not wanting to dedicate. And on top of that, everything is more expensive. Everything's getting harder. It's harder to save because of inflation. It's harder to get a good job because everyone's credentials are the same, or the turnover rate at companies are so high. It's different for this generation to build wealth, to go buy a house, to get a car that's actually drivable, to save a hefty amount for their retirement. We're not even thinking about our retirement. I'm 25, 26. We're not even thinking about it. Why? Because we don't even know where we're gonna be living next year. When the lease comes to end, we're like, oh, I don't fucking know. What's the housing market gonna be like? Am I gonna have to pay $200 more per month than I'm paying right now, or am I gonna still be able to afford the same place I'm living at now because the rent's gonna increase? There's a lot of factors in play. And on top of that, the world's telling us, be yourself, choose this, choose that, do what you want. And that's so disencouraging in certain factors, because in careers, when you get dissatisfied, it essentially, the market encourages you to quit if you're not the happiest you've ever been in a job. And it takes away that work ethic, sustainability model that the other generations had a little bit better, in my opinion. We need to learn to just suck it up and do it, but that's easier said than done, because we've grown our whole lives with this conditioning that, like, it's okay, you don't have to do it if you don't feel like it. And it's just this fine line of, like, yes, there are certain things that you shouldn't do if you don't enjoy it. I'm all for that. But we've become soft, a certain section of us. And we need to remember what it's like to not be so steered by our emotions. Emotions are great to be felt, but you don't want to let them control you, because if emotions controlled you at all times, every time you got angry, you'd go to jail. Every time you got sad, you'd off yourself or suicidal. Emotions should not run your life. You should feel them, because they're a God-given right. It's beautiful, emotions. You wouldn't want no emotions. That's all the villains in the stories that we read about. Where they don't have a heart or they don't have a soul, and they crave the human emotion, which is a flaw. But it's not a flaw. You have to know how to feel it and be grateful for it. And then also put it to the side and go, I know better. This is what I need to do. Because the world's making us soft and massaging us into just over-feeling our emotions. Feeling sorry for ourselves, essentially. And at the same time, we also kind of should feel sorry for ourselves, because the world's hard right now. It's hard to save. It's hard to get a house. It's hard to be that responsible adult that we all want to be, especially if you're in my age range. I'm 25 going on 26 in a month. It's a little bit rougher, unless you've already got something going for you, unless you already figured it out. But for those of us that haven't figured it out, it's rough. But I want you guys to know that you're not the only one feeling that way. World's distracting to me too, and trust me, I'm fighting against it. And it's so fucking hard. But we can do this. It takes, first of all, everyone knows this, before you can fix the problem, you have to admit you have a problem. So you have to admit, damn, I'm distracted. Damn, I haven't saved as much as I should have. Damn, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But with this realization, I will start to do all the right things and get back on track. Because everyone else is distracted by TikTok. They're distracted by the fast cash of, I wouldn't even say Bitcoin and NFTs anymore. Just all sorts of shams that aren't long-term building. That's what it used to be. Even I got on that wave with thinking, I'm going to retire off Bitcoin. No, you're not. You're always going to need to find a process of how you're bringing stuff in. Even when you're older, you're going to want to make money and at least get up and do something. That's why the retired folk get sad when they retire from their 9 to 5 and they have nothing to do. You have to find something that you love that is naturally high for you, And trust me, this is coming from a stoner. I love to smoke and get stoned, but you have to find that thing in life that makes you naturally high. Kind of like running will make you high. If you run, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you're a runner, you go on a run and you feel great for an hour afterwards. You just have a natural high to your experience of life. That's what you need for your day-to-day, like what you do. For me, it's writing and completing songs. I really love that. Or editing, like an AMV. Or now I'm starting to dive into music video directing and planning, and I'm going to shoot music videos or maybe edit other people's shots of music videos that I've directed. Right, just fun stuff. Diving into the Bible and understanding it more so that I can narrate it and bring it to you guys. That's what I'm going to start doing, and I'm kind of training myself through kind of doing that through what I already have thought-wise and narrating it to you guys now. But it's a high. After I shoot this video, I'll watch it later and I'll feel so good, and I'll also have realizations that I don't have now. Because yes, I'm saying this stuff to you, but listening back to myself saying this stuff to you is a completely different experience. If you know, you know. And you're able to, I am able to digest and absorb my own information and repackage it even more. Because as I'm saying it and moving on to the next. But when I watch it, I'm watching it like you guys are watching it, and I'm just like critiquing myself, looking at everything I'm doing, saying, tone, how it connects. People will not respect when you say that you gotta do something. They're like, nah, you gotta do what I need you to do. And they'll take you right out of flow. Well, I need you to do this because if you don't do this, then this won't get done. People don't care. They do not care what you have to say. They're gonna roll over you. So I need you to realize that you need to do the same. You know, don't do it the same way they're doing it, but you need to like value your time more and just fucking focus on yourself. Stop letting the YouTube ads distract you. Keep doing what you were doing before. If you're writing songs like me, do not get distracted by those ads. Don't let it frustrate you. Next. Like this, I just got distracted. It wasn't my fault. I literally tried communicating. Do not distract me. I'm trying to do something. Person didn't care. Gonna do what they want to do because they're trying to get done with a certain thing they need to get done. Whatever. Fine. I'll handle it like an adult. Because if I get upset, now I'm fully distracted. Now I'm out of the creative flow I was in with this video. Controlled myself, mildly frustrated, but I made myself quiet the frustration. And then after the task was done, I said, please, I need to continue by quickly and efficiently. Not too nice, but still nice enough to be respectful. Because people need to realize, yo, my time's valuable too. Don't take it for granted. And don't take yourself for granted, matter of fact, because your time is important. So don't waste your own time. I get it. I just recently went through a depression where you're just sitting there and you're staring off and fucking thinking, and all you want to do is think. But that's not going to help. So do yourself a favor and make yourself focus on something productive. Anything productive. It could be stupid mundane. Anything. Read a book. Go on a walk. Do 10 push-ups. Watch a show. Do 10 more push-ups. Watch a show. Do 10 more push-ups. Watch a show. Challenge yourself to something. Do something. Don't just go hang out with your friends and drink and smoke. It's not going to make you feel better. You're still going to feel empty and hollow when you come back. Go do something. Even if it's all by yourself. You can do it with friends. But go do something. Challenge yourself. Get into a state of flow where you focus on something for more than 90 minutes, hour and a half, and commit to it. Get uncomfortable. I'm going to end it here because that's pretty much my point, is don't let the distractions fool you. They're just little tests to see if you're really going to stay focused. It's a little speed bump. You got to slow down for a second so you don't wreck the car. Then you can speed back up and get ready for that turn, because the races are won with the drifts, because he who drifts most efficiently wins the race. You can go super fast down stretches, but if you're drifting real sloppy and you're sliding and you're taking a long time to brake and you're losing acceleration, you will not win the race. But if you're slick and fishing and sliding on that drift, you could not even have the fastest car, but your drifts catch you up down the slopes of the mountain, and by the time the race is over, you're number one. So, kind of like the tortoise and the hare. Don't get distraught by the thought that you're racing the rabbit. Let the rabbit have his pride. You keep trucking forward, focused on the finish line. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to start doing more videos like this. I really don't want them to be forced, but I want to continue doing continual videos so that I can not only see a progression of myself, but that I can just get on something a habit that's good like this. I really feel like this is such a good habit to have. And I used to do it a lot, and I have a knack for it. So I'll be back with another one. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next time. If you guys have any topic suggestions, any questions, any need that you have, that you think I can help, or even if you think I can help, but you just want me to try, talk about it, I will. Shoot me a suggestion, and see you on the next one. Peace.